These human lives are full of beauty, potential, and joy. And they're also full of challenges, hardships, and heartbreaks. There's no avoiding it. And ideally, we wouldn't even try, because avoiding it often looks like shutting down our hearts and avoiding the great adventure of life. And even then, it's inevitable. Luckily, there are ways for us to navigate crises that allow us to stay spiritually connected and experience peace in our hearts, even as there's sorrow, grief, anger, worry, and fear. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the tools that you need to navigate life's challenges with grace. I'm Brianna Borton, and I help people awaken to their highest selves. For support in creating your sacred life, reaching your potential, and expanding your consciousness, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to get alerted when I post a new video every single Monday. I've walked alongside hundreds of clients going through amazing challenges: divorce, losing jobs, losing loved ones, betrayal, panic attacks, healing from assaults, and so much more. And I felt deeply humbled by the resilience and beauty of these humans to be in these hardships in a heart-forward, brave way. And through this work, I've really come to understand the elements that are most important in staying spiritually connected through these times so that the work can be done to heal on a really deep level. And now I want to share these elements with you so that you can do the same. The first is to slow down. Take a deep breath and take in the world around you through your senses. What colors do you see? What sounds can you hear? What can you taste in your mouth? What textures can you feel? What do you smell? All of your senses can bring you into the present moment and help you slow down. This really helps when we're navigating a really challenging situation, because we can often want to speed up. We get into fight or flight and we get really amped. And if we can just take a moment and slow down and get sensory oriented, it helps to create some space for us so that we can make decisions from a different, more grounded and more present place. The second element is to feel your feelings. Really track the sensations. So rather than feeling a feeling and letting it run away with you, see if you can feel a feeling and start to notice the sensations under it. What's going on in your body? My husband Peter and I created a book, Freedom, A Simple Ritual for Letting Go, as a handbook to walk you through this process whenever big emotions arise. Because it's one of the most important things that we have found to do, which is to just slow down, like we talked about, and then start to notice where those sensations are in our body without adding anything onto it. So say you were feeling fear. Start to slow down and then feel what the sensation is. Does it feel like a fluttering in your chest? Does it feel like a tightness in your shoulder? Track that sensation and see what's there for you. This opens up the amazing tool of our body to give us information and help us in the healing process. The third element is to stay with your feelings without judgment. So when you have a feeling come up, stay with it without judgment. So when I talk about not adding judgment, if you feel fear, rather than adding on, oh, you shouldn't be feeling that way, or you always feel this way, or you shouldn't pay attention to that, or anything at all, just allow yourself to stay with the sensations without the extra judgment. The judgment just often compounds the situation rather than creating any relief. So see how little judgment you can have around your feelings and the sensations. Be honest about what you're feeling without any extra add-ons. This is where asking your inner warrior for assistance is useful, to tell the truth about what is happening in a factual way. So what is actually happening? Ask that inner warrior to keep things really crystal clear without getting diluted or convoluted or confusing along the way. Next, connect into your inner wisdom for guidance. There is an inner voice, that higher self, that part of you that can guide you, that can help you. But you have to connect in and ask for help. Ask for healing. This part of you is there for you always, but we often forget, especially when we're in moments that really could use it, we forget to slow down and ask for help from that higher self that can really support us in these times. So do that. Make sure that you're taking the time. And I know it can feel like, oh, if I don't run and go fast, I'm going to miss something, it's going to get worse, whatever it is. But I promise you, if you just take the time to slow down and connect into your inner wisdom for guidance, it really will support you so much. And the fifth element is to lean into universal truths. What you're most seeking and afraid of losing at the root are not losable. Everything you need is already within you. So these things that we often are seeking from the outside, security, stability, approval, appreciation, respect, love, these things that we are so afraid of losing actually are already within us. They are not losable. They are already within you. And so when you start to move towards these more universal truths, that this is already here, that this already exists, it really helps tone down the nervous system and give you a place to lean into. You don't need to be completed by anything or anyone or any circumstance. You are already whole and complete, exactly as you are. And I know that that can be a big stretch for many of us, but I encourage you to lean into this universal truth and see how it feels in your body when you adopt that idea, when you try it on and live it in your life. Do you feel more stable? Do you feel more secure? Do you feel more capable of going out and living your life and helping others? Another universal truth that's useful to lean into is that every challenge is an opportunity to evolve when we use that framework of alchemy to live by. So when we believe that every challenge is there to stop us, to thwart us, to get in our way, to create more drama for us, when we want to be the victims of our life in that way, then that's the framework that we hold. And you can do that if you choose. When we choose a different framework though, one where every challenge is an opportunity to evolve, and that doesn't mean every challenge is like happening for a reason, except for the reason that we give it, right? When we use what comes to us for our greatest good, when we use what comes to us to evolve and change and expand our minds and our lives, then that's the framework we get to live by. And when we choose that framework to live by, we have a whole lot more freedom and a whole lot more peace. The next element is to trust yourself to manage whatever comes up. Build self-trust. You actually can manage whatever comes up. I know that we often think that this will kill us, that this will be the thing that we just give up. This is the hill we're gonna die on. And that's a choice that we each get to make. But you have managed everything that's come up in your life so far. Whether or not you love the way you managed it or don't love the way you managed it is for you to decide. But in every moment, we are managing life. You will manage whatever comes up. And when you can start to trust yourself to manage what comes up, you start to change the way that you approach life. You remember that you are resilient. You remember that you are worthy. You remember that you are abundant. These are your innate characteristics Whether you remember them or don't, this is true about you too. So really take the time and put in the effort to build your self-trust so that you feel like you can manage whatever comes up. Because when you do, challenges become really different. They become not necessarily easy, but easier, because there's this place within you that you're leaning into and remembering, all right, I can manage this. Even if it's hard, even if there are a lot of tears, even if there's some crying on the bathroom floor, I can manage whatever comes up. And the last element of staying centered during challenge and crisis is to find sanctuary. When I first opened our spa, the Dragon Tree, I really wanted to create a sanctuary where people could come and relax and release their stress so that they can really get rested and resourced and restored so that they could go back into their lives. And I still find this part of our work to be so vitally important. Yes, we can trust ourselves. Yes, we can feel our feelings. Yes, we're going to be able to manage whatever comes up. And sometimes we need to rest and get resourced and replenished and relax. And if we don't have this element as part of the process, we can want to rush through it and we'll miss a lot of the depth and healing available to us. So make sure that you get rest, that you take baths, that you're getting massages, that you're eating healthy food and getting enough sleep, and really taking care of this being that is you. Don't rush the process of this. When we meet a challenge, if we're just trying to get through, like barrel through, we miss a lot of the amazing magic that is within it for us. Even if that magic doesn't look like rainbows and sunshine, sometimes it looks like challenge and hardship and heartbreak, but there's still something there for us. So don't rush the process. These are the elements that are so essential to making sure that you can stay centered during crisis so you can still feel that peace even if you're feeling a lot of other things too. These steps can go in order. You can repeat them as necessary. You can use them out of order if you need to, and you can go back to whatever you need. Repeat as often as you need to, and see if you can hold with an open hand the timing so that you don't have any judgment or shame or blame if you need to go through these elements many, many times to get through that challenge in a way that feels authentic and real and centered. We can do hard things. And with these steps, you'll be able to navigate challenges in a way that's ultimately a healing journey of amazing depth. As you move on your spiritual path, if you want to alchemize challenges and heal your energy field, I've created a Heal Your Field meditation that I normally sell, but I've created a code for you to get it for free today. The link and the code I've put down below. So I hope that you get that, and I really hope that you enjoy it. If you liked this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe, and please share this with your friends. And check out my other videos to create more peace and freedom in your life, like this video with a meditation to help relieve anxiety and stress, and this video all about spiritual awakening. I'm sending you so much love.